What's going on, guys? Coach Key here, and today we're going to be talking about something that's semi-controversial when you first come into boxing, and that is, should you be flat-footed when you're fighting, or flat foot when you're fighting, or should you be on the balls of your feet? Now, there's a lot of speculation on what it is that you should be doing, and I remember first coming into boxing, that's what I was told. Get on the balls of your feet, you're too flat, all of that fun, good stuff, right? So the question is, should you be on the balls of your feet, or is it okay to be flat-foot? Well, the answer is semi-complex, and the truth of the matter is, it really just depends. So you may be asking, Coach Key, what the hell are you talking about it depends? Well, I'll give you a few examples, right? Some of the best flat-foot fighters: Canelo Alvarez, Joe Frazier, David Benavidez, Arthur Beterbiev. These individuals are pretty damn flat-foot when they fight, but they are also elite. But we're gonna talk about something that a few of them have that others don't, where being flat-foot can harm you. And then you even have like the Floyd Mayweathers. When you watch Money Mayweather fight, he was flat-foot. Like, we gotta be real right now. Floyd Mayweather, when he fought, maybe this foot would be, balls of your feet. His Philly shell, he was here, flat-foot, boom. Hinge at the hip, catching everything, elbows, shielding, and the like, right? He wasn't always here. He wasn't always on the balls of his feet. Terrence Bud Crawford, another one. He alternates between being flat-foot and being on the balls of his feet. Now, the question is there something wrong with being flat-foot? Should I always be on the balls of my feet? And the truth of the matter is, they both have benefits and drawbacks. If you're a flat-foot fighter, a number of the advantages are, it's better for infighting. If you're on the balls of your feet and an individual is coming and they can get inside, they can get you on the ropes or whatever the case is, they are more stable and they are able to generate way more power when throwing these punches on you, right? Balls of your feet, not so much. It's way better for you to get inside, being a little flat foot, to get busy and work. Another thing, you waste a lot less energy. The difference between this and this, the energy expenditure, the energy expenditure is polar opposite. You being up here on the balls of your feet, you're gonna get tired a lot faster. You gotta have some good stamina to keep that up. However, Canelo Alvarez showed you can do this for 12 rounds. Arthur Beterbiev showed you can do that for 12 rounds. Floyd Mayweather showed you can do that for 12 rounds. Errol Spence Jr., I don't care what y'all say. Yes, I know Terrence Crawford beat on that man, and it hurts my soul to this day. But he showed you can do that for 12 rounds. So you have better stability, more power behind your punches if you're deciding to go flat foot. You waste less energy. Those are huge benefits of fighting flat foot. Now, let's get into some drawbacks. One of the drawbacks is, it's hard to be evasive. Your defense is either the high guard, right? Or if you've been training and practicing, you develop elite level head movement like a Canelo Alvarez, right? Because you can't go forward and backwards because you're flat foot. You're not as quick on your toes. You can't be as evasive. You can't create the angles. It's a lot more difficult to move. You're a lot slower in moving when you are flat foot. So one of the things that you can do to compensate for that is either get you a noodle or do it in sparring or drills working the head movement, right? So even as I'm going forward, guess what? Boop, boop. I can still get in there because you can't do it. Yeah, I mean, you can pull, but it ain't a whole lot you can do. You can't create any angles from being flat foot. You're a lot slower. But if you do develop great head movement, you can walk forward all day. The other thing is too, when you're flat foot, 9 times out of 10, you're probably Mexican style fighting. You're flat foot, and a lot of times you're just going forward, you got the high guard up. That's kind of the only direction you can go. You can't go in and out. You can't change directions at the drop of a dime when you're flat foot. You have to be up here to do it, right? Which takes me to fighting on the balls of your feet. Is it good? Is it bad? It depends on the circumstance. So some of the benefits to that is you can create angles. You can be a lot more evasive. When you're throwing combinations, if you're on the balls of your feet, you can step out. If you're on the balls of your feet, right? So we're here. You can do that. Combinations. You can put them together. You can escape danger. You can evade. Beautiful. But there are a few drawbacks to that as well. You're going to waste a lot more energy if you're on the balls of your feet the whole fight. You're going to waste a ton of energy. And what's going to happen is you're going to begin to slow down toward the back end of the fight, or you may have to take a few rounds off and slow it down so that way you don't be completely gassed in the championship rounds or in the later rounds. Another thing is, yes, you can create all of these angles. Yes, you can get out of the way, but when you're putting your combinations together, unless you plan on just outpointing your opponent, outboxing your opponent, that's fine. But it's not as much power behind. It's a difference. If you watch Canelo Alvarez in his training, right? He sits on all of his punches and he's flat foot. So like when he has a drill that I've watched, he'll drop and he's again, flat foot, sitting down, drop. You can't sit on your punches like that. It's impossible for you to sit on your punches like that when you're on the balls of your feet. You lose a lot of power. You lose power. I won't say a lot, but you lose power. So if you decide that you want to be on the balls of your feet all fight, you must not be planning to try to knock somebody out. But now you do got some people that just got some pop, right? You got some people that got some pop, and you got some people that can go from the balls of their feet to being able to sit down. But you look like the Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol, hell of a boxer. He doesn't have a high knockout percentage. Why? Look at where he fights, on the balls of his feet, all fight. He can accumulate punches to wear you down, but he's not going to just drop you. So you can create angles. You can evade. Your defense is way better. You can put together faster combinations, but the drawbacks are it is exhausting. You will waste a lot more energy. There's a lot less power behind your punches. And actually it's less stability. When you're on the balls of your feet and you get clipped moving around or you get punched moving around, you can and will get knocked off balance. So that's another drawback. So it really just depends what it is that you're looking to do. The best thing for you to do is to be able to transition between being flat foot, like when you're infighting or when you're walking someone down, and being on the balls of your feet when you're working on being more defensive, working on being evasive, working on creating angles, and even working on when you're throwing your combinations, getting in and out of there, right? Those will be the best times to be on the balls of your feet. Now, if you walking somebody down, it's best to be flat foot. If you know they ain't got nothing behind their punches and you comfortable walking forward and you have great head movement, walk them down and beat on them. Hopefully you guys found this video informative. You guys be sure to hit the like button, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell as well so you can be notified when we drop more keys to boxing. I appreciate y'all. Like I always say, drop something in the comments. If you guys want me to talk about anything else, I have some story times. We can talk more story times, upcoming fights, health and fitness things. We're going to get more into the health and fitness as well. I've been kind of focused more on the boxing side, but I do want to talk about health and fitness, overall training, strength and conditioning, things of the like. So I would appreciate it. Drop me some comments below. Again, I thank y'all for tapping in with me. Y'all continue to tap in, and hopefully I can keep giving y'all more keys to boxing.